we want to be led by narcissists.
Yeah.
This is what we don't really admit as a society.
Yeah.
We like these types of people.
Yeah.
We love avatars like Ocasio-Cortez or Trump. We don't really like understanding systems or how things work because it's complicated. There's like this diffusion of responsibility. The mortgage crisis, perfect example. If you read any book about the mortgage crisis, it's really emotionally unsatisfying because you can't come away with any one group because everybody was getting into the fuckery.
Yeah.
Everybody, okay?
Yeah.
You go, these people weren't really victims, number one. You go, Wall Street were fucking liars, as they've always been. The government was doing the wrong thing. Everybody, the ratings agencies, everybody got involved. But we tend to not like that. We like these avatars, like video games. We look at it like a video game. So you use Trump on one side, and then we have Ocasio-Cortez. We have one side, we have a game show host. And then on the other side, we have somebody who's a bartender.
Yeah.
Up until a few months ago.
Yeah.
We have a bartender. And now we have a child star.
Yeah.
Alyssa Milano has entered the fray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those are the main characters
These
now.
are the characters.
Those are the main characters.
Yeah. And this is how it ends. And this is what's so refreshing about talking to somebody like you is that you understand that this doesn't turn around at all.
No. This is a cruise ship.
This is it.
This is a cruise ship.
Yeah.
And there's a frozen tundra ahead.
Yeah.
And in order to move that cruise ship, the ship does not have the dexterity to make a quick turn.
No.
It's not a fighter plane. It's not a fucking speedboat. It's not a fighter plane. It's a 747 just packed with dumb, fat, fucking useless eaters.
People.
Yeah, and you can't turn it. So it's going dead on into the iceberg.
That's it.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's a cruise ship.
That's it.
It's too big and dumb and slow to turn.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
You said that to me. You're like, we can't go. You don't fix this. It's spinning this way. You can't.
I think one of the major reasons you can't fix it is because if you go out there and you talk to a person, just pick a person. Just pick a person. Okay, doesn't matter race, religion, age. Pick a person, and you talk to them for a few minutes, and you realize that my uncle said something once, and he said it was during Easter dinner. It was a little depressing. It was right after the Easter prayer. But he goes, the people are too dumb to be governed. Because they're too dumb to be governed. It won't work. He goes, if you have people that are selfish, rotten to their core, people, this is what he said during Easter. He goes, they're just rotten to their core. They want things to consume. They want for themselves. They have no investment in learning or knowledge. They don't care. None of it matters to them. So what you do is you have only 10% of people who care about acquiring that knowledge. Now, those people are craven sociopaths. So when those people have all of the knowledge, they weaponize it, and then they use it against the bottom 90% who are just trying to get pretzels.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they want. They want pretzels and pools.
Yeah.
They like floating in a pool and pretzels. They don't give a shit. They don't ask, why are we in Libya? Why are we in Syria? Why are we here? Why are we there? Nobody cares. So when you have a population like this, how do you, because the world is so fucking complex now, and the systems and the things that you have to understand. Otherwise, you fly out. Otherwise, you fly out of the handle. You go join the Klan. You go march with a torch.
Yeah.
You used to call yourself a communist. You're walking around Brooklyn saying comrade, hanging out at some bar. You're just really trying to get laid.
Yeah.
You're talking about how great Marxism is. Yeah. But that's what happens if you don't want to understand how complex the problems are.
Well, this is why we can't win. The real reason why we can't turn this cruise ship is because all these dumb people we're talking about. And look, it's not to disparage them. It's just what it is.
It is what it is.
It's just what it is.
That's it.
Most people are just a little slow.
It's a little rough.
Play at the plate. You're a human.
Right.
It's like, okay, we thought he was an ape. He's a human. we looked at the replay. He got a finger on the plate.
Yeah.
Just barely slid into human. It's mostly what it is. During periods of industrialization or whatever it is, those people are occupied with jobs.
Right.
So they're not out there trying to find Am I a communist? Am I this? It's like those things are going to be over your head. You need to get these people occupied.
Yes.
You need workers. They need something to do.
Rosie the Riveter.
They need something to do.
Right.
And in China, they have something to do.
Right.
They're all getting underpaid to make my iPhone.
Right.
And that's why China is winning.
Right.
Because the masses are occupied.
Yes.
Here, the masses are on Twitter.
Yeah.
And they're trying to tell each other what to do and who to follow.
Right.
They need to be occupied and
Yes.
not with the Game of Thrones show.
No.
They need to be working. Their head needs to be down. But there's no factories to do that. There's nothing to do that. The robots are coming. There's nothing we're going to be able to do with
Right.
these people when they don't have a job to go to.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. Get up, by the way, Nate, if you could get up. It doesn't have to be immediately, but I wanted to share this with him. Get up like the top 10 things that were happening as Rome collapsed, because this is a great thing, because I looked at them again last night, and I was really amazed at how similar the situation is to what we have now. We're empire, we're past peak, we're all over the world. The dollar is still the world's reserve currency for how long, we don't know. We are mortgaged. I mean, I don't know what does China own now? What are we 20 trillion in debt?
I mean, they just own everything.
It's just something crazy.
On all levels.
All levels. They own everything.
They got their head down. They're occupied in there. We think we're getting the short-term money from them. We're getting the short-term profit for the big guys. Like, hey, this guy's making this for much less, and they do it much better. That's short-term, because their whole system is made to beat us.
Well, they run like a company.
Yeah.
The whole country's run like a corporation. It's run like a company. And
they're a machine.
Yeah.
And machines like that, they culminate in trouble. One way or another, it's going to culminate in trouble.
Yeah. It's going to be, we're ready to go to war with Iran. We're ready. I don't even know. If you miss a day's news cycle now, we're in a war.
Yeah.
You check back in.
We need a good war, though.
We do need a good war.
need a good
Iran
war.
won't do it. We need something bigger.
There's a room somewhere right now
Sure.
with a couple of guys
Yeah.
who nobody knows their name.
No.
Nobody knows their name.
And they don't want anyone knowing.
They don't want
their name.
anyone knowing their name.
Right.
They're not on Twitter.
They're not on Twitch.
They're not. They don't got a blue check mark.
No, none of that.
No, they got none of that.
They got the real blue check mark.
They're invisible.
Right.
And they're in places you just can't get into.
Right.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Little private club action.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just the top of an apartment building that has gargoyles on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, there's just gargoyles on the building, and they're up there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of really fine oak in that place.
Yeah.
And there's a smell of scotch.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out what to do with these people.
Right.
Because they understand it. They're above partisan politics.
Yeah, they don't care.
They're trying to keep this thing going so their family doesn't get eaten by these people.
Right.
They just want to keep people out of Newport, Rhode Island.
And they've been doing it for years.
They've been doing it for years, and they figure out strategies how to do it.
Right. They're like, we got to figure out a way to keep the animals at bay.
Out of Newport, Rhode Island.
We can't have a riot at the zoo.
We can't.
So
sometimes
Yeah.
it just they come to the conclusion we just need a war.
A little bit of a war.
I think even sometimes they call up the guy in the other country
and go, listen,
guy.
do you need a war?
Do you need one?
And then the guy goes, you know what? You're fucking shit me.
Yeah.
We need a war.
We need one, yeah.
We need one.
And why do we need a war?
Yeah.
Because we need to create jobs.
Yeah.
Because right now, there's no new thing.
Yeah.
If you were going to be a part of the tech boom, you have to get educated to do that.
No.
Our people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because your people are making the phones, and it's like, it's too easy.
We just need a little conflict.
They're all majoring in English and ABGTC studies.
Yeah.
Nobody's in STEM.
So we
gotta downsize this population to create
100%.
some opportunities.
Yeah. So just down one of our planes.
Because a war is the best tool for job creation.
We'll just send the fighter jet over there. We'll down it ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we'll just get involved, because that's what we need to do.
It has to happen once in a while.
It needs to happen.
Because you just
it's hard to count on a plague.
Yeah.
It's hard to count on a plague now because there's people there's too much education. There's too much, the standard of living is higher. It's a lot cleaner. Like a plague is really rapid. And you also can't control one. If you get like a real bad bird flu, that could start taking everyone down. We don't want that. Yeah. We need, did you find it, Nate?
I have found a list that's 8 reasons why Rome fell. And
the things that were happening.
Is it a BuzzFeed list, though?
Yeah, we don't want that.
We don't want that one.
Here's what we're going to try to find. If Rogan had any of these producers, by the way, he'd shoot them all in the face by the end of the day. If anybody at this place if Rogan had to deal with these people for literally a minute, they would all get shot in the face. He would break their necks on camera.
Yeah.
With his bare hands, he would choke the life out of them.
Yeah.
That guy Jamie is like, it's like, that's like dealing with a spaceship.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like the show's being produced by AI.
Yeah.
Let's try to find, we're going to try to find what was happening as Rome fell. Like, what was going on as Rome fell. It's okay. We have the whole rest of the half hour to find it.
Yeah. Well, what does the list say? You want to hear what the list says that he got?
Yeah,
Maybe we're being hard on it. Maybe it could be a good list.
Yeah, I don't think so. But, okay, let's go with your list. What list do you have?
And admittedly, it starts far up, but there are some parallels in there.
The list I want is when they're talking about making celebrities out of chefs.
Okay.
Like all the things that
sort
are
of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just poke around on there, trying to find. Don't worry, don't rush. 3-4 episodes from now is fine. Don't worry about it. I don't want anyone here to rush. This is my whole thing with this network. I don't want anyone here. I know we have 75 shows that we're producing. 4 or 5 of them have listeners. I don't want anybody to be rushed. You know, we got a lot of promising Instagram shows that we've signed.
Yeah.
Our CEO's wearing sweatpants somewhere with a 14-year-old Ukrainian. I want to make sure everybody's happy. I want to make sure everybody's happy.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to work too hard to make things happen.
Right.
We got a fireplace that's unusable.
Yeah.
We've got what we need.
Yeah.
This is what we need.
Yeah.
We got track lighting like we're on fucking Coney Island Avenue at Rasputin's, the Russian bar. It looks like we're in
the underneath of like a Dominican guy's car.
Yeah, of course.
At night, yeah.
This is what you need.
Yeah.
Who would listen
to
a podcast without track lighting like you're at a Sweet 16 in Bensonhurst?
Yeah, I could use a little bit more air circulation in here.
Yeah.
That's the thing
we don't do that. We don't do
it's low on oxygen in here.
Yeah, we don't need any of that.
Yeah.
But it is wild, man.
But they did do that. They started making celebrities out of chefs and sort of
they went that whole route because everybody got really decadent.
Yeah.
Things are very decadent.
Yeah.
And then also, when you look at like the way the rich are behaving now, the rich are behaving like they no longer inhabit the planet that we do.
Yeah.
They really are behaving like back in the day, rich people used to have to assimilate to a degree.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you look at all those buildings on Fifth Avenue, they're beautiful, they're limestone, they're fortresses, but they actually are built to conceal wealth.
Yeah.
Much more than to flaunt it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's very interesting.
Because rich people used to, they're like, because they knew, they're like,
they knew we don't want them to know how much we have.
If we get too cute, people are going to start throwing rocks and they're going to like, very much like Frankenstein, these people are going to charge the castle.
Right.
So we have to keep it down.
Right.
Keep it down. What the whole WASP aesthetic.
Yeah.
Drive, maybe a little beat up older car.
Yeah.
And now listen, still own the fucking world, but don't let anybody know.
Right.
Keep things kind of bare, simple, plain.
Yeah.
WASP food always sucked.
Yeah.
It was always like fucking weird butter and mayo based salads, egg salad sandwiches, fucking. The Southampton Bathing Corp, which is like the most elite 800 of the wealthiest families in the country. There's no AC.
Yeah.
It's not new. It's old looking. And people are like, why? Because there was something to the idea of tradition and the idea of people not appearing to be kings and queens.
Yeah.
Like the countries they left.
And the stuff that was really decadent was beyond the understanding of the common man.
100%.
Like the food is like, they wouldn't want to eat it anyway.
Yeah.
And then you had a cigar that was made out of the skin of like a Honduras girl.
Yes.
That was wrapped in that.
Yeah.
And then you had like a scotch that was 400 years old.
Or you had a
that
mansion.
Louis XIV pissed into.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you had a mansion in Long Island or Newport, but it was never in somebody's face.
Right. You don't put it in the face.
It was never in somebody's face.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go up to a kid with soot on his face because he was cleaning a chimney and fucking hold your watch out and be like, hey, fuck you.
No,
you know?
don't do that.
Which is why Adam McKay and the people that make Succession did it's a good show, but they do some stupid things on that show where they have like people taking off their watches and giving them to immigrant kids. It's just stupid. It's like because what Hollywood likes to do is pretend they're not rich.
Yeah.
So they create these characters of rich people that are really evil, except the ones that they're friends with in LA and Malibu, because those are the good people.
No, what Hollywood
those
likes
are the good
guys.
guys.
They like to pretend like they're very liberal on the Instagram.
Yeah.
And then they get into their accountant's office,
Yeah,
and
real
they say,
conservative.
"How can we hide all of this money,
Right.
so the government doesn't get it to give to poor people?"
Our producer's checking back in. What's up, buddy?
Yes, so this is the list I've found.
Okay.
So this is the 7 signs of an empire in decline.
Interesting.
So we have debasement of currency,
Interesting.
economic crises, public shows to distract the populace,
Yeah.
chefs as celebrities, emphasis on food pleasure,
Crazy.
Yeah.
apathy, and finally sexual obsession.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, could
Yeah.
you spell out
Yeah.
porn? We are crazy with porn now.
Yes.
And Chris Hedges, this guy, he wrote a book called
And it's fucking free, which is crazy.
It's free,
There
and
should
it's-
be a struggle to get
and
it.
it's never
Yeah.
just people fucking, it's people getting choked out,
Yeah.
waterboarded,
Yeah.
and Chris Hedges, who's a writer who wrote a book, it's a really fun book, it's called America, the Farewell Tour.
Yeah.
And he went to the porn convention in San Francisco, and he goes, the level of violence in porn now is amazing.
Yeah.
Just the level of straight up violence, people feeling somewhat powerless and sadomasochistic, crazy violence.
Well, even trans porn it's created by the porn industry,
Right.
Because trans, they want to transition fully. Most of them
Right.
want to actually have the surgery,
Right.
But it's like keeping the penis is like it's decadent because it tricks the brain, like the straight brain,
Right.
Because I watch these neuroscientists talk about like animals, the phallic, a hard dick. Like other animals used to see a hard dick, and it would get them hard because they would want to compete with the guy who just whatever animal just banged that chick.
Interesting.
So they put all those elements together. Nobody wants to see a porn with a small penis.
Right,
Even
no.
straight guys aren't like, let me see the smallest dick.
Yeah.
They want to see big dicks.
Of course,
Because
yeah.
it's just a sign of like virality and
Yeah.
stuff. And so the porn industry, the people involved are like, I don't want to do this.
Right.
But it's creating this kind of illusion.
Yeah.
This smellless illusion that people are whacking. It's not normal to stare at a screen and whack off to something.
No.
That it's not real.
And it's also not normal to take a guy who makes meatballs
Yeah.
and make him into a star.
Yeah.
Like Mario Batali, who was going around he had rape rooms. This is how powerful this fucker was.
Yeah.
Forget Harvey Weinstein. I get Harvey Weinstein, casting couch. He's got all this power in Hollywood. Mario Batali's making fucking meatballs, and he's got rape rooms like a king,
Yeah.
like Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
And what's he doing? Making wild boar ragu. But this is how decadent we are as a country. We're
Yeah.
fat, decadent pigs.
We worship the food.
And we just want to jerk off. Nobody even wants to fuck anymore. They
Yeah.
just want to jerk off and eat a nice big bowl of wild boar ragu.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
just and it,
Fucking's gone way down amongst young people.